Hey there. We're talking about navigating boundaries this time around. I'm Mary Pat Curran of Intentional Flow. Thanks for being here. So, in my article that I wrote for navigating boundaries, I talked about two specific plants. First one was basil, and that's the one that stays where it's planted, it grows up. And the other one is mint. And you can see it's got these lovely tendrils that like to spread out. And I'm using these two plants and some other ones today to kind of shift the way I talk about boundaries. Knowing boundaries is a way to know or have better expectations about the people around you. So, as a gardener, I know that mint likes to spread out. So, if I wasn't on a deck and I had a garden in the ground, I would know to put this separate from other things because mint likes to take over, right? I also know that tomato plants grow up big and tall and they need extra support. So I know that they need a trellis so that I can tie things on so that the plant can have the support that it needs. So I know what to expect from these plants. They're not really boundaries, but they're just more expectations like this is how this plant is, this is what it does. This is how this plant is, this is what it does. Now, we can kind of use the same thing with some systems that I've learned with BodyMind coaching and BodyMind living, the Colby assessment and human design. Both of those tools allow me to do the same kind of thing where I can kind of look at someone's chart or look at their results and just be like, oh, this is them, this is what they do, I know what to expect. Doesn't mean that systems fit everyone, right? But they're helpful. And in our own everyday life, when we have boundaries and we express them, then the others around us know better what to expect from us. For instance, when my husband and I go out, if one of us is drinking, we know that the other one is going to be the driver. That's one of our boundaries, is that, we don't drink and drive. That's one of our boundaries. I have boundaries around my business, right? I don't like doing calls after a certain time. So I put that boundary there that I don't do those calls. And I also have a boundary at the beginning of the day, like when can I start accepting calls? So as clients, you're looking at that and you're like, oh, okay, I can see when she's available, right? And in other ways, working with clients, if they need some help or they leave me a message, I've talked at the beginning of our programs that, hey, I'm not going to get back to you in 5 minutes. It might take a day. So, to expect, right? So boundaries that we have and express help others navigate our boundaries. And if we know what to expect from our relationships and other people, if we know other people's boundaries, if we know, hey, this is a hot topic, maybe not push on that one for someone, yeah, you're going to respect that boundary. Having boundaries and expressing them helps everybody in the relationship know what to expect overall. And it just smooths things out and makes communication better. So, are there any areas in your life that you need to have better boundaries? Or do you have them, but they're stuck in your head and you haven't told the people around you? I've done that too. It's like, oh, don't they know? Why don't they know that this is my boundary? Well, I never expressed it. So, I'm wondering if there's any boundaries that you have that you need to express to the ones around you so that you can improve and smooth out communication and improve your relationships. So, explore that a little bit and see what happens. See what happens as you gently express them, or maybe not gently express them, however they need to be expressed, that you express them to the people that need to know them. And here's something I'm going to put out for you, a different kind of expectation. As you start setting boundaries, especially with people who you haven't set boundaries with before, there's going to be pushback, right? Just like raising a toddler. You set a boundary, they're going to push it. Um, so that's just something to be aware of and for you to make decisions on. of what your boundaries are and how you're going to express them. So I'll see you next time.
This is Body Mind Living with Laura Wick. Thanks for watching.